Lesbian couple currently have 2 kids, married 4 years together. So this is where you're planting your seed. Sperm donation happens in like many different ways. You heard a guy's story that was convinced, maybe similar to my story, where I went out to lunch with a colleague and she was all, "Hey, I'm looking at my plan to have a baby," and staring you directly in the eyes. And he thought, "Oh, this would be a great way to get my rocks off and have some fun for one night. No strings attached. That'll be a good idea." That's one way, I guess it happens. Another way is, you get sperm donation clinics. They usually have a waiver, not usually, they should have a legal agreement where it's anonymous, you're waivered. They usually collect a lot of data on you, because what ends up happening is, the women that use these sperm clinics, whether they're IVF or artificial insemination or whatever it happens to be, they usually go in and the gals are like, "Oh, let me have a look at your catalog," and I'm like, I want a guy that's at least 6 foot tall, has this color hair, this color eyes, has whatever degree, he's educated, and they'll go through the menu like, "Oh, I'll take Kevin's donation," and they pay a certain amount of money. I don't know what it is. Apparently, it's expensive. And then they go in a back room with a turkey baster and do their thing, or an IVF, or whatever the status happens to be. So that's the paid route. That's where you get 40-something-year-old women, usually close to that route, where they've got lots of money. They've been very successful. They're professionals. They've just been unsuccessful in locking a guy down in a committed environment where they form a family or get married or something like that, or live in a way that looks like marriage. They have children together, the natural way, or, they do it the regular way. So failing that, for a lot of professional women that have financial resources, they'll go that route. I've also heard that they offer financing options as well. So there's different ways to go in and buy what you're looking for to get what it is that you want as a woman. So route one, let's convince somebody to just have his fun and no strings attached, everything will be fine. Route two, going to a clinic. And it was brought to my attention about a year or two ago that there's these online forums and discussion boards and Facebook groups where people collaborate, and there's donors and there's, I guess, recipients that sort of pitch each other. So donors will just go on there and be like, "Hey, I'm in this area, free to donate. I'm looking to have a whole bunch of kids or whatever. Marriage isn't for me or whatever. So, let me just donate," sort of thing. So it's a marketplace where you have the givers and the takers. And the takers, how can I put this? I'm going to try to put this as delicately as possible. Let's just put it this way. They're not the finest, if I can put it that way. Usually when a farmer plants seeds to grow crops, he wants good, fertile land. That's quality. That's going to reap a high yield, right? What you're getting in the other scope of things. So the third option, and I may be missing one. You guys can leave in the comments below for missing something here. But the third option is these marketplaces where it's donors and receivers. I believe, and I've seen a few examples of this, where receivers on these marketplaces have gone and chased the donors for child support and so on and so forth. Of course, there's also the issue of, what does that land look like that you're planting your seed in? Let me grab a screen share over here, window, because I got some screenshots that I was given from this page over here that somebody sent me. Here we go. Chrome tab. And this is it over here. So we can throw this up on the screen. You guys can have a look at it. So we have spring 2025 updated donor list with a rainbow. Not seeing, looking for a donor in this city. Method AI. I'm assuming that's artificial insemination. Lesbian couple currently have 2 kids, married 4 years together. So this is where you're planting your seed. So like, the notion that you're able to leave something behind, like you're able to scatter your seed, I don't buy it. Like, why would you want to plant something that's important to you in awful agricultural land, right? Here's another one. Looks like it's another lesbian couple. Me and my wife are looking to have another baby. We have 5 kids in a previous relationship. I don't know where these people are from, but another couple. It's weird, with gay women, they always have like the kind of feminine looking one and then like the masculine looking one. Do we have any more here? Here's another one. I can't tell which one's which in this one over here. It's what the hell's transmasculine? What does that even mean? Transmasculine couple hoping to have a baby of her own. Where do you have two? Like, this is where you're planting your seed, right? Here's another one. Search a free local donor on these dates. We have been a victim twice of a scam, preferably donor of Black or Hispanic descent, open to any race, blah, blah, blah. So she wants to be a mom. There's no dad in the picture. We got another one over here. Hi, me and the husband. You also get these guys that are like infertile. So they can't, they can't knock up the wife, but, she goes in these areas and she goes looking for somebody to basically plant the seed because he can't do it. So it's not advisable from any angle, guys. Like, honestly, if you want to have kids, if you want to scatter your seed, if you want to leave your DNA behind, if even in an anonymous way, it just doesn't look good from any angle. There's too much risk involved. There's legal consequences. Your life can change dramatically. And if all of those things don't exist, let's say they never bother you again, you're not going to create the next Einstein, probably. Like, the chances of you leaving behind a caliber of human that's top shelf, like an Elon Musk type of character, it's not likely. If you're going to leave your seed in shitty soil, like, children become the product of the environment. And I think that the best way it should still happen is with two parents, a father and a mother, not a transmasculine or whatever that means. I mean, fine, if that's what you want to call yourself. I really don't know what that means, but you get the point. You I get flack for this, but I'll say it again. You can love a woman, not live with her, and have a family together. It is possible. There's lots of people that have done it. There's lots of people that have a proven success model, but it requires that you have financial resources and you navigate the slippery slope that is becoming apparent very carefully so that laws don't ruin your life. Okay? I'll say that. Don't fall for any of this nonsense around the idea that it's a good idea to become a sperm donor. I don't know where this came from. Like, I don't know who cooked up the idea that, like, I think the problem with guys is that sperm is so abundant that it seems like it's cheap, right? Like, men will make millions and millions. Like, literally, you can do it within a day. All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel? Hit subscribe.